Hey guys, today I'm going to be making some butter rum candy cane fudge, which sounds very interesting. I actually just finished a recipe making the peppermint candy cane fudge, and Tammy said, hey, if you're getting all the flavor from the candy canes, why not make a different flavor? And then she saw this butter rum, which we both love, butter rum lifesavers, so why not try those if that's where the flavor comes from anyway. So you need a package of these. You really only need like 7 of them, but you can't buy 7 of them. So you're going to use that. You're going to put them in a food processor or some kind of chopper, and you're going to chop them up very fine to where they're almost like sugar. You need 2 cups of actual sugar. You need 3/4 of a cup of butter, which is a stick and a half. You need 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream, a pinch of salt, which is right here in this little bowl. You need 12 ounces of white chocolate chips, and then a 7-ounce jar container of marshmallow cream. If you don't have marshmallow cream in your area, look for marshmallow fluff, or look on the internet for a recipe for marshmallow cream, and you'll find it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get I've got my food processor over here, and you also need an 8x8 pan. We call these brownie pans, with some parchment paper in there, and you don't have to grease it, just have it ready. So you need about 7 of these, and what you're ultimately going to end up with half a cup of the candy cane sugar. Let's see, it's 5, 6, 7. Now the fun part's getting all these. These seem smaller than the candy canes, so I may actually end up doing 8. And if I've got extra, it's okay. It can go on the top as a decoration. So I may do 8. So let me open these, and I'll be back. Okay, got them unwrapped. Lifesaver needs to take our directions from Brock's. They're very, very hard to unwrap. So they like to stick, and they're really thin, so it sucks. Anyway, whatever. So anyway, so I've got my food processor. What I usually do is just turn on low, and I've got the smaller cup. It's not this whole thing. It only fills up to half. And what I do is I throw these in, and then I put this. And I guess I could just throw them in there and not do that, but we'll just throw them on there. And what I'll do is, once I get this out, I'll measure it in my half cup and make sure I've got a half a cup, and then we'll go from there. All right, here's my half a cup of the candy canes. I actually ended up doing all of them because that basically is half a cup. It's actually a little less than half a cup. I may add a little bit more of this, but then this is the remaining ones. I just used a hammer on these and did them in kind of chunky pieces. And what I'll do with that is I'll put them on top of the fudge when it's cooked. So anyway, may add a pinch or 2 of that to that just to even it up, but we'll see. So first thing you want to do is get your mixer, your electric mixer, and you don't want a hand one. I can tell you that much right now, because it would just rip your arm off, I think. But you're going to put your marshmallow cream in here. You want your chocolate chips. The whole bag goes in. Pour that in. And it'll slow down. You just have to turn it up. You just want it mixed together, that's it. So, in my spatula. You want to get the paddle out of the way, and I'll tell you why. Once we heat up our mixture, we're going to pour the hot mixture into this mixer and let it mix. So you want to get that out of the way so you can have it ready to pour your mixture in there. So, the mixture is going to be in a saucepan. I turn it at about 3.5 to 4, somewhere around there. And you're going to put your sugar, 2 cups of sugar, your candy cane sugar. Like I said, I'm just going to add just a little bit more, not a lot. It doesn't matter really that it's fine. The finer it is, the better it melts. That's why you want it pretty fine. Your pinch of salt, your cream, And your butter, and I always chop up the butter just because it makes it easier to melt. You don't have to do that, but it just makes it melt faster. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to, on medium-low heat, get this to all melt. I'm going to stir it all up. But you want this to all melt and come to a very slow boil. You don't want it to be a hard boil, like a rolling boil. Just a slow boil. Got some sugar on the stove. And then once it starts like a slow boil, you want it to set for 5 minutes boiling. So you want it to boil a slow boil for 5 minutes. And then, so I'll be back when it gets closer to that time. Okay, you can see it's bubbling on the edges, so I'm going to start a 5-minute timer right now and stir this constantly, because if you don't want it to get stuck on the bottom, and plus it bubbles up really fast if it's starting to get hot. So just make sure you stir it constantly and it won't boil over too bad. Just be careful, just watch it, because if it gets on your stove, it's awful to clean off. And make sure your temperature is not too high. Like I said, slow boil, or slow bubble, that's what you want. Yeah, it's about 20 seconds left, and you can see it's bubbling pretty good. Not hard, just bubbly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my heat off and take this directly over to my mixer, which still has the paddle in there. I did take the scraper out of it because I didn't need it in there. And pour it in there, and then I'll mix it up. Shut up, timer. Okay. Jump. Very hot, so don't get any of that stuff on you. It's pure hot melty sugar, so it would stick to you like glue. You ever had hot sugar on you? You don't want to ever get it on you again. Okay. Okay, you can see it's already getting pretty liquidy, but make sure you scrape the bottom. I didn't do this the first time I made the candy cane one, and I said I made sure I do it next time. So I'm just scraping it off the bottom, making sure I don't have any marshmallow cream on the bottom. And then I'm gonna let this go until it gets really good and creamy and smooth, although it's pretty good right now, but I wanna mix in what I just scraped off. Okay, so now this is mixed together. It's still hot, so still don't get it on yourself. I'm gonna pour it in my pan. And I got the clips there just to kind of hold the wax paper in, or the parchment paper in place. And I shouldn't have much, if any, marshmallow cream on there. Okay, now I'm just going to take some of this chopped up, and I just want to sprinkle on top. I don't want to cover it, because you don't want a huge hunks of this in your fudge, but I do want to kind of get it around. Like I said, it's just to decorate. A bit more. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good to me. So this is going to go in the refrigerator for a couple hours is what the recipe recommended, and till it sets basically. And I'll be back when they're ready to try it.
Okay, this has been in the refrigerator for about an hour, and we've had it in the freezer for probably 15 minutes too, just so that we could go ahead and take it out. I have my cutting board here, and I'm just going to lift my parchment paper out. That way my pan is clean. I have a tin here, and I put a piece of parchment paper in the bottom so that it's not touching the tin. Now it's ready to cut. I can't wait to try this, because this was my idea. So if it's bad, it's going to be my fault. So
it smells really good.
It does smell good. If you like the butter rum lifesavers, I mean, that's what it smells like.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes
exceptionally good.
It is. It tastes more buttery than anything, but then you get that little bit of rum at the end that kind of hangs around. Now, the recipe makes a really good textured fudge. It really is a good textured fudge.
Yes.
It's not as hard or as firm as the fudge you'd get at like a fudge store, like a Disney or Gatlinburg or whatever. No. It's not that that dense and hard. It's a really good fudge though, and it does get your fingers a little sticky, but there's no actual like sticky on me. I mean, it's just sticky from sugar. That's really good. I like that recipe. It's really got a good flavor to it.
That makes my mouth happy. Really does. I mean, that is absolutely, that's exceptional. Very, very good.
Yeah, if you like butter rum lifesavers, try this recipe out.
And something different, you know? I mean...
Yeah, who eats butter rum fudge at Christmas time?
Right. I mean, yeah, it's totally different. And I think if you were to put this, if you were to make like several different kinds of this, like you could make butter rum and peppermint and something else. You could put, take it on one of those 3-tiered trays, and it's all gonna be different colors, and you could mix them in, and it would be beautiful, and your company is just gonna absolutely love these.
Yeah, they're really good.
But we store it in tins, or you can store it in bowls or whatever in the refrigerator.
Yeah, it's stored in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
So, I'm quite impressed. So you can actually use any flavor you want. I was kind of skeptical about doing different flavors, but it really did turn out well.
And you got the original recipe from Reddit?
I found it on Reddit under their food category. So I subscribe to the food. So when I'm scrolling up, I see all this good looking food.
And he's always showing me the food.
And this one was one like I made. They put in brackets, I made candy cane fudge or something like that. And Tammy's the one that said, well, if you could do it with candy canes, why couldn't you do it with butter rum?
Any flavor. Any flavor.
So just make sure that these Lifesaver ones are small candy canes. So while you're grinding yours up in your food processor, your chopper, go ahead and do all 12 of them.
They don't look small. When you look at the package, it looks like they're the same. But when you look at the ounces,
yeah, they're much thinner when you actually have them in your hand too. So just make sure you use all of them when you do it. Go ahead and get them all out of the way at the beginning. That way you don't have to crush them up at the end.
Right. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll have a picture for you at the end, and thanks for watching.